terms of our security architecture.
There's nothing wrong with state security and state police. Nothing wrong with state police. You know, but there will be something wrong if you have state policemen holding weapons who are not getting paid salaries. The same way there are workers who are not getting paid salaries. Now, the last thing you want is have people who are carrying weapons who are not paid. You have on your hands right there official armed robbers, and it's dangerous. What we need to do is not only state police, that we need to, you know, restructure our country, and I'm in support of that. We need to rehaul and overhaul a lot of things that are happening in the country.
You know, when it comes to restructuring, we usually ask for operational definition by the individuals who are putting it forward.
That's right. That's my position.
Because you start to wonder what
exactly,
definition
exactly. Because when you hear restructuring, it depends on who you're talking to.
Exactly.
There are some guys who have cases at the EFCC. They want the country to restructure so that the cases are dropped against them. You know, you have people who have issues, and you have people who are just simply looking for patronage. That's why our own restructuring call is for us to have elections that are won by people for whom the restructuring is needed, young people. You cannot have a restructuring, for example, being done for Nigeria that is being done for me by someone who is on the departure lounge of life. You know, 85-year-old man wants to restructure Nigeria for a digital brain like me. It's not going to work. We did it before, where some people came, old people went and said they want to restructure Nigeria under Jonathan's regime. What did they go there to do? Jonathan had an agenda to have an extension of his term, and they couched it as restructuring. And they brought in
Are you talking about the national conference?
Yes, yes. They claimed it was supposed to restructure Nigeria. And they brought a bunch of old people. A lot of them, some of them even dropped dead at the place because they were just tired and old and sick. And you had just a few people whose voices...
That might be exaggerating.
It's not.
We had a lot of young people there also.
No, it's not true. The young people that were there were people who were handpicked by the government. You know, it's just like saying that the people who are the National Council of Youth, or is it National Youth Council of Nigeria, whatever they call themselves, are the representatives of young people in Nigeria. That's not correct. Those are handpicked government people who are young. It's different from young people who want their aspirations to be realized by organizing themselves. So that's what we do in our movement, take it back.
Well, shame is we never worked with much of the recommendations after the national conference.
Well, because the recommendation wasn't about Nigeria, it was about extending Jonathan's tenure. And when that failed, it was supposed to be an opportunity to bribe people to support him for his 2015 presidential ambition, which failed spectacularly.
All right, security is a big issue for us in Nigeria, and we have to start with that story and looking at all the other concerns. I know that even over the weekend and two talks about attacks here and there. Borno State, unfortunately, is in the news also because a mosque was attacked earlier this morning. It just tells you that we're still having so much to deal with, and we all need to roll up our sleeves and get to work to fixing it. The thing is, there's no magic wand anyway.
There is
a magic wand to fix it.
We have to go in a different direction. We
thought so with Jonathan, but it didn't work.
No. You know, Jonathan's own case was circumstantial. You know, Jonathan...
I was saying, when Jonathan was removed, people thought Boko Haram was decimated, but we have a new threat.
Exactly.
So there's probably no magic one to just magically...
What I'm saying is that, you know, but when you look at it, at the end of the day, of help.
So you're looking at the one man to wield his muscle to actually get that.
The truth is that as it stands now, the Nigerian presidency is the most powerful in the world. So the moment you are missing the president, you probably have everything stalled. Yes.
All right. Okay. So hoping that would have someone who will come on board to fix it, but you know, there's still plenty of time between and February, rooting that this government can still get it right enough to address it.
They can't. Don't just even waste your time. It's not possible. Where's it going to come from? You can't give what you don't have.
All right, if you're just tuning in, I have OMOYELE SOWORE with me as my guest analyst on the roundtable today as we review the big stories driving conversation in the country. I will go on a very quick break. When we return, we'll dabble into politics, looking at the big stories. We need to look at the big stories trending in Nigeria today. And if you're on Facebook, you can join us on Facebook Live as it's streaming there already. A presidential hope OMOYELE SOWORE is my guest on the roundtable today. And being a journalist and following the stories, I'm sure you're able to adapt to some of the stories on the review. Politics, this is your forte also. And so much has been going on with the APC and the reformed APC. I remember the last time you were here, you did talk about the cracks within the APC. Well, apparently it's now a Grand Canyon, the Gulf that we're seeing in the APC at the moment. And some of them have pulled out from the RAPC. Some of them have decided to form a coalition. Nigerians have insinuated are threatening to pull out of the APC. For example, the Senate President and a few others, they've been having some meetings with them to see how they can mend fences in the APC. You're a politician now. I'm sure you'll be able to read permutations, calculations, and how these things play out. It's interesting what is going on. Do you think we're going to see this crack widening? You said it was. But is it going to widen?
When I was here last time, I said the APC had imploded.
You did mention that.
And that it was about to explode. And that explosion has happened. And now you basically have two factions of APC. The DAPC and the RAPC. That's the deformed APC and the reformed APC.
Okay,
but whichever one you pinch your turn to it, they have fallen apart. And it's just a matter of time. This is exactly what happened in 2014. The reformed PDP, or the new PDP as they call themselves, pulled out of PDP and came and helped form the APC. Now that they are done with the APC, they are going back to their vomit, which is their natural habitat, the PDP. And they'll leave, it doesn't matter what it is. And then you find out that the PDP is forming a coalition with parties, so many of them briefcase parties. You wonder why a party that claims to be the biggest party in Africa is running around forming a coalition with their children. It doesn't make sense. But that's to tell you that the party is also in a bind. And you also heard them saying that they want to boycott the election because they found out that Nigerian people don't want to hear about the APC and they want to hear about the PDP. So the PDP is just running around looking for sympathy while APC is trying to find a footing of its own. You know, bringing in Oshiomhole is not going to help. Oshiomhole has no constituency at this time. He doesn't have the labor behind him as he used to deceptively have it. He doesn't have a state to himself. Edo State is no longer supporting. He left the place broken. So
why not conclude on that? Because
I just came from Edo.
Hold him in high esteem.
I don't know who hold him in high esteem except people like himself in APC who are deceiving themselves. I just came from Edo State yesterday. You can't mention Oshiomhole's name. They're upset about him. The whole place is in shambles. You know, it's in darkness. So when you break a state and you then run to the national, you're trying to lie to people. You don't get that far. But what you are going to see is that a third force must emerge, but it won't be APC and it won't be the deformed APC, the reformed APC, or the coalition that they call the COP, which is the Cup of Sorrow, which must pass over Nigerians, and that's already starting to fall apart, by the way. But young people are going to have this last laugh, and that's where we come in.
Are you sure you're not underestimating the strength of this?
I've covered politics.
Half the time, Nigerians, they're just talking about APC. So it's very binary. It's APC, PDP, PDP, APC, 101.
It's no longer binary. It has become bifurcated now. Yes.
All right. So you think there's a possibility to break out of this? You know,
there are people who just want them to go away, and they're going to come with a thought.
But they still have the money. They still have the clout.
Yes.
They still have the strength. If you look at the last election in Ekiti State, if you're looking at the top two contenders, APC, PDP,
because there were no third contenders. Nobody seriously came in there as a third force because it was too short for anybody to do anything about. But think about it. You know, I'm speaking metaphysically now. That the party that won Ekiti in 2014 lost the general election. So think about it. So the party that has desperately won Ekiti in 2018 will lose general election in 2019 because they won under the same circumstances. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I have seen a lot of you put that thought out, but
it's
not
just
as
real.
simple.
It's true.
It's not as simple as it is.
You know, yeah. As I said last time, I have not only participated in politics for 29 years, not as a partisan politician, but as a political activist, and also I've covered politics for 12 years in this country, and I can tell you when a sitting president is about to lose election, this one will be bad. You know, in Ekiti in 2014 they won by 82,000. PDP won by 82,000 votes. Despite spending 3 billion naira in one day, APC was only able to gather 19,000 votes.
You know this figure of money they spent?
Look, was I not the one who told you how much Obani Koro took to Ekiti in 2014? Did you not find out that was the truth? Yes.
Well, you have your ways of getting some of these things out.
I've been saying it for close to a week. They haven't denied it. I was also part of the people who started the controversy around their airline. That you can't start an airline without a ticketing office or a ticket counter. It was a logo, and it was meant to fool people for the election. Now CNN is caught up on it and said, "Where's your ticketing counter? Where's your office? Where's the airline?" When you want to launch an airline, you bring aircraft, and you bring the fire engines out. You pump water over it like champagne. That's how to launch an airline. You don't go to Adobe Photoshop, create a logo, and go to London and create
an agency in Bahrain created the logo that's come out.
Well, it must have been done by one of the programs on the computer, which is most likely to be Photoshop.
All right, we'll take on that story immediately after the news at the bottom of the hour. Stick around, people. Yes, you get to hear yourself express your thoughts on some of these stories in a bit. But for now, let's join Divan for Abuja today. Stay with us.
News from the nation's capital.